take the stage.
Well, next we have a pair of people who are improving programs to help them reflect student and family needs. Shannon Murphy from MANNA FoodBank and Jake Hinshaw, please take the stage.
Hey folks, I am Shannon Murphy with MANNA FoodBank. I am the Youth Programs Manager. I've been with MANNA since November of 2020, and in this role since July of 2024, just a few months before Helene ruined everything for a moment. And I'm here with Jake Hinshaw. I'll let him do a little intro of himself.
Yeah, my name is Jake Hinshaw. I work for the United Way of Asheville in Buncombe County. I am the community school coordinator at Inca Middle School, former classroom teacher, and I'll speak more to that in a second.
Okay, so I'm here to tell you about MANNA's youth programs and a fun transition we're doing from packs to pantries. But first, I'd like to ask the audience to clap your hands if your school or food bank supports a backpack program. Wow, that's a lot of y'all. And then the same for anyone who supports school pantries. Awesome. I'd love for somebody to come chat with me after, during a break to kind of do a little comparison of what your programs look like versus ours so we can kind of learn a little more intimately from each other. So yeah, we've got 3 youth programs, MANNA Packs, which is the backpack program. We like to brand things, summer packs, and school pantries. Our MANNA Packs, we send about 4,000 per week throughout our western North Carolina counties. We serve 14 out of 16, and we have about 100 schools and 2 pantry partners, just regular agencies that receive our packs. Those consist of 2 days worth of pre-packed supplemental food for the weekend, and our incredible volunteers build our packs every single week. And we even have a large group of volunteer delivery drivers that go out into the community for the more nearby counties, and then our staff also goes out to the farther out counties to deliver. The hours that our volunteers work through all projects in MANNA, not just youth programs, equates to over 30 full-time jobs for us. So we love our volunteers so much. Our Summer Packs program is very similar to MANNA Packs. We give about twice as much food, so 4 days worth. Last summer, we served 1,600 packs a week to 19 partner agencies. The biggest benefit with Summer Packs is we also have the ability to provide produce bags for each child if the agency is able to support cold storage or quick distribution of that produce. But that's a pretty popular part of it. And what we're most excited about is our school pantries. We haven't had school pantry program since COVID at MANNA until this year. We restarted at one of our schools who was getting packs, and now they're doing a pantry. They serve year-round at a very, very popular school for, it's basically a community school, elementary school. They started in July of 2025. The school staff can order from us a variety of grab-and-go style foods, cereal cups, snacks, meals that kids can take home, and they can even pack their own bags to take home with them for that night or for the weekend if they prefer. The main requirements on our end is that it's on a school campus, they're open during school hours and available to all students, and they're also not part of the pack program, so it's one or the other. They must collect statistics. That doesn't include counting individual students, but just the number of visits per day. And they have to enter those in monthly for our reporting out each year. So switching to pantries, our goal for the year is to be in 20 schools by the end of this school year, and we are currently in 15 in 6 counties. The expected service is about 80 students per week average. The biggest benefits of the school pantry is giving kids choice. Huge. At MANNA, we want everyone to have as much choice as we could possibly allow or offer them, or that they can support themselves. My notes. Choice gives kids autonomy. They're more likely to eat the food that they choose rather than receiving packs full of stuff where they might grab a couple things and toss the rest or put it on the school bus or give it to somebody else who may or may not want it either. So there's far less food waste and less cost overall. The pantry being available to all students reduces stigma and creates more organic relationships between the students and the staff, which Jake will speak on. The workload is also reduced significantly for the food bank, and ideally also reduces the work needed by the school staff rather than running a pack program. The challenges that we have encountered so far this year with switching to pantries is the delivery logistics has been the biggest one. Since these orders have unique pallets, we can't just stack all the similar boxes of packs and divide those up as we go. So it takes up more space, it takes up a little bit more time on delivery. The cases can be heavier, and if our volunteers are delivering those, they're typically older and they could be a bit of a challenge, but everyone has been so supportive and so flexible and just incredible with this change. School staff has been inconsistent with reporting their statistics, but it's a whole new system, so it's a learning curve. Jake's been doing great, so thanks, Jake. So yeah, one of our school pantries is at Enka Middle School. They started September 2029 of 2025.
2025.
He's in the future. We're in the future here. About 6 months ago. So here's Jake Hinshaw to speak about how they're doing there.
Yeah. Can I get a brief clap if anyone has heard of community schools before? Cool. Yeah, so I'm a community school coordinator. I previously taught middle school for 6 years. The United Way is the fiscal sponsor for community schools in the Asheville and Buncombe County area. Depending on where you are in the state, your fiscal sponsor might be Duke University or North Carolina Central University, or there's lots of other entities. But just to some of the points that Shannon has already mentioned, the best way to kind of describe what I do now is not to give myself this label, but I'm kind of the professional good guy in the school. I'm the person that I do a lot of the tasks that the social worker may not be able to do because the social worker is working with threat assessments or things that are much more pressing, and I am the person that is trying to connect the students and the families with other resources that they may not know about. And so with that being said, now that we have switched from backpacks to having a school pantry, I have this entire resource room that's approximately the size of the bar over there that's filled with our pantry, school supplies, feminine hygiene products, you name it, we pretty much try to stock it. And Shannon's already said that just allows me to have much more of an organic relationship with students as they come in. One of the other things about community schools that is super crucial to our success is we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're not a new school. You can kind of think of a community school as a bridge and a doorstop. We're just trying to connect to other resources and other community organizations like MANNA, and then we're also just trying to keep the door open a little bit longer than a normal school would. And so we have monthly community nights, and students and families from across Buncombe County and actually Asheville City schools as well can attend the community nights each month at Inca Middle and at 8 other schools in the county. And so during those nights, the resource room is open and students can come in and they can access our MANNA pantry as well. I'm free that during those events, I could pack a backpack for a family if they needed one. So that's a little bit about how the relationship building has just been much more organic, and I feel like it's just made everything a little bit more easy with distributing food to those that are in need. The other things I just want to touch on real quick about community schools, I actually just got back from Nashville, Tennessee last night at 11 with the rest of my United Way cohort. And the thing that I just want all of us in this room to hear is that major metro school districts, very small rural school districts, everyone in between just continues to say that we can't do this work without community partners. And so there's so many things at Inca Middle specifically that we can't do without community partners like MANNA, Blue Ridge Health, lots of other just amazing community partners. So community schools only work when the community is trying to work for everyone. So I just thank all of you guys for trying to make that happen. Thank you.